Hey everybody, let me just mute that. Ah, there we are. Hey everybody, and welcome back to D&D world building here on the Studio Nathan channel. Yes, let me just move that out of the way. Slide you down just a bit. Alrighty, so here we are. Let's see if I can just we'll just do that, and then we will add that up behind everybody and create my bricks. There we go. Hey everybody, and welcome to the Studio Nathan live stream. I'm your host, Studio Nathan. No, just kidding. I'm Nathan. Hello. Okay, so yeah, everything is working. Sorry, just had to make sure. So yeah, here on the world stream build, we are currently building our world of either Trins or Wakispa. I don't know. Something of that. But we do know it is the continent of Tashin. Or Thashin. Yeah, Thashin. Continent of Thashin is what we are working on. I notice you can see me scrap right there. Hello. It's my elbow you're seeing right there. Elbow, there it is. Hello. But yes, the continent of Tashin, which we have right here on this map. I'm sorry it is faded, but I haven't gone over everything in a dark line yet, as of, because I may be erasing or drawing more. But what we have done is this. We have this capital. So I'll show you actually what I've done. What I've done over the time that between last week and this week. Okay, sorry, I just had to check some things. We're doing good. So yeah, over the time, what has happened is I've taken the map we've drawn. I've accidentally drawn on it, so let me quickly just erase that. I've taken the map we drew last week in Paint and finished it up here in my sketchbook. And so we have, I haven't finished labeling everything, but right here is the Emerald Sea. If I just scroll down, we can see the four edges is what we called it. We have the Emerald Sea. We have the Crystal Peaks up here. If I can just zoom out just a bit. Pull it towards me. We have the Crystal Peaks up here. We have the Endless Desert and the Marshlands right here. And so what we did is we created this city right here, known as Grand Peak City, which is right on the coast, on top of a giant cliff above the Emerald Sea. But then what I did is I decided, hey, this is going to be an empire, and it's going to be divided into kingdoms. Because if we go back up here, we say neighboring kingdoms right here. Neighboring kingdoms do not like the fairness and generosity that King Damien rules with. So it's like, okay, we already said they're neighboring kingdoms. So I took the continent what we had, and I divided it up. And so we're going to continue working in the Grand Peak City region here. But just know we have this region here, which is very coastal, borders the desert just a bit, but then comes up to this coast right here. That's a kingdom. And we have this kingdom that entirely borders the endless desert. We have this kingdom all right here. We have this kingdom that mostly borders the Crystal Peaks. And we have this kingdom that mostly borders the marshlands. And then you see we have this tiny little space right here. This is going to be the empire. The capital of the empire and the territories of the emperor. And then of course you have the kingdoms of these islands down here. Ah, excuse me, I have the hiccups. Let me just take a drink. Yes. And so that's what we have. And that's what we're working off of. So last week we entirely made up. Let me just see if I can put up and put a. That's a bit better. So last week we made up the Grand Peak City all right here, and we created. If I can just pull that off to the side so I can have. There we go. Now I can see the chat and see that. So yeah, last week we entirely created Grand Peak City. And what type of city it is heavily walled and industrial, right there on the coast. It is ruled by a king and a monarchy, and the king is dwarven by the king of Domian, which I actually misspelled it down here, because that needs to be an O, Domian. Add to personal dictionary. I misspelled all of these. So yeah. So here we have our kingdom of fashion, and we have king. So we found out that it is a heavily walled city, but it is very industrial. It is ruled by King Domian, and we figured out because it is industrial, they are inventors, and the major inventions they have done in the past few years are clockwork toys and simple machines. So not like a full clockwork robot, but clocks and other things that run on gears. So clocks and trying to think of water wheels and steam powered things like that, and trains. They have actually created a train system which, by the time this campaign will start, the train has reached every capital city you can reach to by train. So it'll go in a big circle around with spokes heading inwards to the main capital, the Empire City. And so yes. So under trains, I'm just gonna go. Rails have just been completed. Connecting all major capitals to each other. So yeah, so all capitals are now connected to each other. Sorry, just So yeah, so all trains connect to every major city. There we go. The document is in the chat, hopefully. It should connect you to this, so you guys can add comments and stuff to this. I'm watching Facebook chat and Twitter every once in a while for you guys to reply, but we'll continue building this world. Yeah, let me just shut the door slightly so we don't get the fan as much. So yes. Yeah, so yeah, trains connect every major capitals to each other. Okay. So, it is an industrial city, and that will help because it is on the shoreline, but I have planned that this is a huge cliff. It's like it's tall, it's like, literally it's like the ocean, it's like, it used to probably be a bridge connecting something or a mountain that just got sheared. And it's a tall cliff, not like a normal beach. The beaches would be more along here. Is your beach line. Here and up here are your beach lines. So all along here is just a giant cliff. It's uphill all the way. So yes. It's uphill all the way. And so now we have Grand Peak City down. So things I still need you guys to do. So here in the comments, either on YouTube and the page itself using the link, things to see and do in Grand Peak City. Inns, shops, etc. And the names of those. So the Water Bridge Inn, or Trading Post is one that I had in my last campaign. A few NPC names, some shopkeepers, some important people, maybe priest or councilman to the king, and surrounding town names. Now, I don't know how big this world is going to be yet, but I literally don't want to, like, okay, it's a day's travel here, or a day's travel all the way up here. That's too small. I may have it like, okay, from here to the edge to here, maybe about 2 weeks travel. And so the train makes it so from here to this capital city, which probably will be coastal since this is one of the few coastal regions. So from here, the train will run probably along this way to here. The train will probably take 2 to 3 days. And that's running non-stop. And then it's like if you really want to travel from Grand Peak City here to the Crystal Peaks to Crystal Keep is a place I'm going to have up here, which should probably be about dead center north. From there to there by train, you have to go all the way around. It'll take you about 2 weeks by train, a month and a half maybe by foot. And so it's like I'm still working on distances, but that's generally what I'm thinking. And so we'll have to see as it continues to build. Okay. So let's create another capital. Actually, first, before we create another capital, name of capital is Grand Peak City. Kingdom. We need a quick kingdom name for this kingdom. Because we have Grand Peak City, but what's the kingdom that it's in? What is Grand Peak City the kingdom of, capital of? It would be a capital of Clifton, since it's a whole this whole kingdom is on a giant cliff. It could be the capital of Oh, sorry. Bumped the mic there. Alrighty. So here are some ideas. It could be just be known as the cliff top. I put an E at the end of kingdom here, didn't I? The cliff top kingdom is one name we can go with. Or we could call it something else. Could be just known as the Haze Kingdom. Since they are industrial, there'll be a lot of forges going on, creating a haze over the entire land. I really don't know. The Haze Kingdom. Alright, so let's move over to a new capital. We created Grand Peak City better. Kingdom by the shore. Kingdom by the shore. Or it could be just called that. It could be called, if I can go back up. It could just be called Kingdom on the Cliffs. So here we have the Kingdom by the shore. Its capital. What type of city is it? So this one would be fishing, markets / trade, it's probably going to be a dry, since the kingdom, okay, I'll have to point it out. I'll have the pen. So we're worried about this kingdom here right now, the kingdom by the shore. And so fishing and trade would be good ones, but it mainly would be trading to these small islands here. But it still could be the trade thing, because I mean the capital doesn't have to be right by the shore. Capital could be a bit inland. But it could be our main, oh sorry, yawn. It could be our main trade city. Like stocks and everything goes to there to be sold, and everything goes there to be marked and sent off to other places. Yeah, could be our main trade city. I mean, we don't know. There probably is the other countries beyond the marshlands and crystal peaks and the endless desert, and on the other side the Emerald Sea. There could be more people down there, so maybe this is a trading place to these guys. Not just to the islands here, but to the people further south. Climate-wise, I know I'm kind of jumping out, but climate-wise, I'm thinking it snows on the good top half, like from here, that kind of snows. Never around the Endless Desert, or from the Crystal Peaks, kind of down an angle like that, is where you constantly get snow. Not constantly get snow, but get snow. You constantly get snow always up here by the Crystal Peaks. It's always snowing up there. So yes. Let's see, what else do we have? How it is ruled. How it is ruled. This one I was thinking a council. Yeah, a council. My phone buzzed? Yep, my phone buzzed. Yeah, it's a council. Sorry. Selected if fishing. Selected from the captains. Oops, spelled captain wrong. Of the leading trading companies. So it's a council of the captains and heads of the leading trading companies. So if you have a big trading business in this capital, you will have a seat on the council and get to decide what happens inside this kingdom's region. I think that's good. So yes, so we have the capital. Sorry guys, I just can't. I have the I have a big headache right now, and I thought I could do the stream, but I just can't. My head's just not in. I'm sorry guys.